extra money for him. There's these cat hounds we've been told about. Now, a lot of people believe that strength is the only thing that really matters when wielding lightsabers. Not exactly. It uses your dexterity or strength, whichever is higher.
That'll show you. Here it is. That'll show you.
I don't expect them to have any remains. Throw a grenade in the middle of them. Because why not?
Yeah, what do you...
I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
You want another war
I'm doing this
story,
to pass time to
you
restore
want to hear
force
about
points.
some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
What do you mean?
We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
An asteroid?
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship?
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
And max force points. Woo!
This is what I live.
All my force abilities are working. So that got me something. I'm not really going to waste my time using force abilities on the base Cath Hounds because they're significantly weaker than the horn variety. That's crit. 22 damage was a critical hit. Now, I remember trying to play this on the OG Xbox, and let me tell you something. The frame rate that this game ran on was abysmal. Despite, you know, the Xbox being one of the stronger consoles at its time. But, ah well. Can't win them all, can ya? Okay, this is the Matali estate. I'm not really going to do anything with this later. Oops, seizure warning. The running speed is abysmal in this game. Can't wait till I get force speed. Let me show my party's keeping up with me. They tend to get lost sometimes. Some Mandalorians.
Holding out on us again. If you haven't given us enough money, I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please. Take my wife and children instead. Anything.
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea.
To you, perhaps. Not if we have anything to say about it. Immune, eh? Alright, have your way. Yeah, in particular, we need to kill those Mandalorians. The Duros don't count. Alright, looks like we have a fight on our hands. That's why I said you will save. Ooh. Okay, so before we start this, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be... Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I also had to take care of my cat because she would not... Apprentice, your arrival here is well-timed. Who are you? So, yeah, I went down there and then she wanted to be fed and would not stop following me, rubbing my legs, and yelling at me until I did. Who are you? I am Paluk, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem, as both the suspects and I speak basic in Huttese. I was going to handle this case myself, but now that you are here, this could be an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate how well you have been learning your lessons at the Academy. Though you are not yet a full Jedi, perhaps you could assist me in sorting out the truth from the lies. What do you want me to do? Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have brought an information retrieval droid with access to the archives, both of the Jedi Enclave and its planetary capital. I will use my wisdom and experience to offer you some guidance, but I will not solve the case for you. There is a little benefit if you do not solve this problem yourself. Consider each man's account and check the facts with the information droid. Once you have gathered all the evidence you think you need, run through the possible scenario with me. If you are unable to come up to a satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out here in the field together earlier before the clouds broke. I find it very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds, as it was earlier today. But that is not the most puzzling aspect of this case. The dead man, KOTOR Ned, was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. A rifle was found lying near the body with bloodstains on it. It has been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. The other men found at the scene when I arrived. One was handing Jewel. He was unarmed. The other was Rickard Lusoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything, and that they came across the body, but both also accuse the other. Obviously, there is more to this than we are being told. Is there anything else I should know? There is one last thing. When I arrived, Hannon was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You would do well to remember this as we progress through the case. If there is anything else you need, I will remain here while you question the witnesses. Okay, this is one of my favorite side quests in the game. So where's the victim at? He's over there.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
Objection! I just had to do that. It was, storming, wasn't it?
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Should I have?
I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did you see the
I saw
killer?
Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
That seems pretty airtight, all considered.
So, what do you want to know?
What did you see
I
happen?
was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Bullock's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back.
It sounds like Handon is the one that murdered him, but it looks like Rickard was after something else as well. Might have shot Handon.
So,
Why were you out here?
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, pow, went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now?
But Luke said you were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body. Right. So, what do you...
All right.
How can I
Handon?
be of further assistance?
You're holding your... What did you see happen?
Actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard a shot and came over. I can tell you I was sure surprised to see Calder's body lying there. I just got here when I saw Rickard coming out of the rocks holding his blaster. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was going to do, so Master Baluk came out here with his droid and started... I hope that you'll be able to make a more informed decision and get me out of here soon. I have things I have to do.
Why were you out
I
here?
was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's...
Do you often run around the plains?
Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand... A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say.
You're holding your side. Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I want to ask you something else. Nothing more right now.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information?
So you updated the autopsy report. I just use it, pulling out all of the Phoenix Wright references. Tell me about these
These
plains.
plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any...
I'll have more questions later.
How can I be of further...
So,
Alright, now we talk with Baluk. Yes, is there something I can do to help you in this investigation? I want to discuss the murder. Very well, we should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Handon said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadow while holding a blaster in his hands. Rickard said he was hunting Irias, saw one through the glare of the sun and shot at him. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally and Handon may have found the body, but that seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not telling the truth. Tell us something. Where is the truth lie? Rickard is lying. Why do you believe that? It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Yes, well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would not have been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. We need to find a motive for killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. Is there anything else you need? I'll remain here while you question the witnesses. So, also I want to say something funny at this point. Okay, it's a very funny quote. You'll say that Handon is lying. Why do you believe that? Because he's fat. And fat men always lie. I just love how that's an accusation.
So, what do you...
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife.
I want to ask you something else. Why would someone want to kill
You
him?
Jedi are so predictable. Always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. Right.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him.
No one says you killed him. Yet.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can... Of course.
Is there any...
What can you tell me about Calder and Handon?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need?
What can you tell me about Calder and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garan spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in the cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusov was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other... Very well.
How can I be of further...
You knew Calder better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed.
Well,
while
that's
I
a
was
big
in
motive to
sleep.
kill him.
But, as much as I may hate him...
Oh, good.
for that, I could
Having
not kill
issues?
him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
You wanted to kill Calder for having an affair with your wife.
Block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. I hope you don't find that incriminating. Normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Nedick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks.
I don't know why
Candace
Candace is just
2
pacing.
days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife. Right under my nose, no less.
Well, if you can't keep her, it's your own fault.
But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce. Well, you see, disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reason.
How would a hut be
on
on
I hardly
Danton?
knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing would make me...
Liar, you wanted to kill him for having an affair with your wife.
Block off, maybe. I had...
Well, if you...
But it may have... I was just... Of course.
That's all for now.
So, what do you...
You thought Calder was cheating
Now, I
you.
don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
Objection! You can deny it, but there was bad blood between you.
Right.
Is there any other... Is there...
We want to discuss the murder. We know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him while he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the victim. Hannah told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well on the surface. Neither man seems to have had a motive for killing Calder. Handon is lying. He knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that certainly is a motive for murder. The case is taking shape. However, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder weapon itself. You might want to see what information the witnesses in the information droid can provide about the blaster found near the body. Is there anything else you need? Yeah, it says the same thing.
How can I be of further...
What do you know about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous calf hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further... Of course.
So, what do you want to...
What do you know about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had.
Ichanis make delicate weapons with too little firepower. Lightweight stuff, if you ask me.
That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that. Right, so, what do you... Right, so, what do you want to know? Right.
Is there any other...
Is there a report of Handon's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to... Is there any...
Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to... Is there any other... There.
How can I be of... Injured?
Yes, is there something I can do to help you in this when I discuss the murder? The blaster's Handon's. He lied about it being stolen. So we have caught Handon in a lie. Interesting. But I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back for analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you could inquire with the information droid around it.
Is there any...
Tell me about the blood
I have
sample.
just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not KOTOR's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that. Is there any... Very well.
How can I be a friend? Of course.
I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim, but I want to be thorough. What have you learned about the blood on the weapon? It didn't belong to the victim. That is surprising. So the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? It's Handon's blood. Why do you believe that? He is clutching his side. Handon has been moving oddly since I have arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely.
Hey, what are you doing?
There is blood. Handon appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It would seem there is one logical scenario. Handon killed KOTOR for having an affair with his wife. Rickard was out hunting and accidentally shot Handon after he had KOTOR. No, they're actually both guilty. A bold conclusion, one most people would not arrive at. But we are not like most people. We are Jedi. Still, I would like to know how you came to this conclusion. We know KOTOR was having an affair with Handon's wife, but what possible motive could Rickard have for wanting KOTOR dead? Rickard thought KOTOR was cheating him in business. Yes, well done. Both men had a reason to want KOTOR dead. This is my theory of this morning's events. Both men knew KOTOR would be out here this morning and each plotted to kill him. Handon found him first and shot him because of the affair KOTOR was having with his wife. Shortly after, Rickard arrived on the scene. From a distance, he saw Handon and thought it was KOTOR, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits KOTOR had cheated him out of in their business. Handon would have dropped his blaster, the one we found at the scene covered in blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him, so he called us, hoping he could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn both of you.
That is enough. The culpability of both of you in the murder and attempted murder of KOTOR Nedek is evident. Additionally, Rickard Lusov can be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Handon Gould. I place you both under the arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to the holding facilities in the Jedi Enclave. You have done well here. It is obvious you have been studying your lessons carefully. I will be sure to inform the Jedi Council of your performance in this little test. Good day, and may the Force be with you, and also with you. Well, and that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.